Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and our hero looks mighty threatening, inspiring and dangerous in this red glow of Palladian resources. We are back and I've got some real case of allergies going on. Unfortunately, the plants want to reproduce around this time of year and they're being very annoying while they're doing this, because it's causing me all sorts of allergy bastardiness. Either way, well, when we last left off, things were happening. I lost 2 ridges and I was really happy about it as well, which might be surprising, but I actually did want the challenge. Looks like I'm going to get it. Good. Really good. I mean, this mutiny last video was a little bit low from the AI, but I'll take it, I guess. And the thing is, last time when I finished the recording, I used all my movement and whatnot, but I did not select my research, which is what I'll do right now, because hey, I can. So we just researched weapons, which I'll deal with in a second, but what is it that we want next? Usually, if we are at peace of something, then science would probably be the way to go. I mean, when you look at those upgrades, particularly the Advanced Alchemy Lab, it is amazing because it increases the amount of science gain per population in your city. That's amazing for the voters, that's exactly what you want and need, but we need to think about some more important things, like the war that is going on right now. And what helps us with the war, that's right, is the happiness. Now, I'm actually deadly serious. When we look at my empire screen, most of my cities are happy and the 2 remaining are in rebellion. That is not optimal. We can go into the city screen and have a quick look why they hate me so much. That's because they just don't like me and I have too many cities. So there is a problem. The city... the penalty for approval, you know, I'll try and say this again because I felt horribly. When it says minus 30 approval from city, it means from city districts. It's not super clear about this, so I'm just making sure that you know what this means. And 50 from expansion disapproval, that's from the cities you have, other than this one, obviously. So there is this problem, and I can resolve it relatively easily. I can either go for this upgrade central market. It unfortunately does cost 600 industry. In case you are not aware, this is actually a fairly big chunk of industry. If you have a city that is fairly, industry focused or has a relatively big population, it's not a very big deal to make it, though it would take some time. If you are broken loads, you can probably buy it out fairly easy as well, but otherwise it can take a while to build. So that's the downside. The upside is it gives you a lot of happiness, and if you are fervent somehow, probably, I don't know why, maybe if you have like 1 or 2 cities, then you also get a nice boost to food and dust, which is nice. But 30 happiness is still a lot, so we want to get that. Alternatively, we can lower our expansion disapproval by 20%. Now, lowering 50, just a flat number, 50, by 20% ain't exactly as good as getting extra 30 happiness. Now, is it? Yeah. You can see the problem, but this thing doesn't cost any industry. You get it researched and you have it in your empire. That's why it's still a good tech, but it's not exactly what we want right now. We need the old school happiness that costs some stuff to develop. Also, I really want to go for Imperial Canoes just because I like dogs. That's really just it. Also, we can increase the health regen of units in our cities. There is no point. I mean, actually there is, since I am heading back to what will hopefully soon again become my old capital, and those units are damaged, so they would benefit from that, amusingly enough. Now, before we end this turn, there's one more thing that is fairly important, and that is retrofitting our units. When we last left off, we gained access to Adamantium and Palladian equipment. Now, in terms of mines, unfortunately the game doesn't tell you exactly how much income you have. This is something I should probably suggest, unless it has already been suggested, I do not remember, but it would be nice if you were able to tell how much of a strategic resource you're gaining per turn, because I don't remember right now what I'm already exploring and what I will be exploring in the future. I know I have some sort of Adamantium income, otherwise I wouldn't have this one Adamantium, and I know that I had 60 Palladium from a quest, but I think I also have Palladium mines, like the one over here. And I would like to be able to tell at a glance how many of those there are. Right now I'm not, but of course, alpha is alpha, this will probably change. Let's just count it manually. There's 1 mine, there's a second Palladian mine. Do we see anything more? No, we don't. What about... sorry for the thing, but, allergies. What about Adamantium? There is one Adamantium. Do I see anybody else in the regions that I currently own? I don't care about the regions I don't own right now. There's another Adamantium and another. Yeah, I've got more Adamantium than I've got Palladium right now at the very least, so this is what I'm gaining more of. But I want to start making units right away. I'll start by using Palladium first until the reserves run out. Marines, I'll just equip them with better, you know, weapons because... Oh wait, they already have tier 3s. Yeah, so I don't need to make any changes to those guys unless I wanted... Hold on a second, why does it show me tier 1 boss, whatever. Oh right, because they are tier 1 Paladin, right. What I could theoretically do, those would make those units very costly, considering how easy they are to kill, but I could theoretically give those guys a Paladin longbow. Now, how good is it compared to the longbow we are currently using? Let's count. This one gives us 19 attack, extra critical and flank slayer. But only flank slayer 1, not flank slayer 3, so that's already a bad thing. But this thing gives us only 13 extra attack and 14 critical. This thing only does 4. However, as I stated many times before, I simply trust damage more than I trust critical, because critical may be all good and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily proc. However, flank slayer is a big difference, because Flank Slayer 1 only increases the damage you deal to flying creatures by 10%. Flank Slayer 3 by 30%. Or I could be wrong, it could be 20% and for Flank Slayer 1 and 40% for Flying Slayer 3, or maybe even, I don't remember. Honestly, I forgot now. But either way, you can see that it's 20% difference between the two. Alternatively, I can go for Adamantium Longbow, which does increase my defense. But who cares about that when you're using bows? Besides, I don't have the Adamantium. So it is tempting, but since it's not a very big improvement over our standard bow, I will not do this. I'll just show you how it looks, because it looks cool. Yeah, it does look cool. Or I can show you this bow, which looks less significant. It looks kinda-ish like the bow I have in my home. No, not really. Nah. Is it recurved? I think it is recurved bow slightly. I wonder if it's actual reflex. I mean, it's hard to say. I think it is a reflex bow as well. Well, then, no, never mind. It's not really quite like mine. It does look like it might be reflex. Alright, either way, let's not talk about that. Let's just re-equip this guy and actually just exit the screen without making any changes. But, Ender Deer says... sorry for that. Alright, Ended. Those guys I'm spending a lot of resources on already. I want the initiative to be high, and I'm willing to give them some awesome weapon. Not to say that this sword they are holding is not intimidating by its own right, it is, but they can have something better. So let's have a quick look at our options. We can either go for some spears, which are not what we need, because they give us Knight Slayer. The enemy does not use any knights at all, any cavalry units, because cavalry is called knights in this game. So, nope, we don't need any spears, and no matter what the stats are on it, I would rather have something else. So those swords would give us Range Slayer, which is nice. So I can either go for Adamantine Sword, which... that's a fairly weird looking sword? I'm not sure if it's practical, I'll be entirely honest with you. I mean... no, and this... I don't remember how it's called in English, but this thing that is supposed to protect your hand? No, it's not, doesn't look good enough. And it looks kind of more like... what's it called? Not a lance, but the thing that... you know, riders use in tournaments or champions in Heroes of Might and Magic 5. It kind of looks like it from this angle-ish. It doesn't look like a good sword anyway. But speaking of stats, which is more important, it gives us 6 extra damage and a butt of defense, 5 to be more exact. This, however, gives us way more damage, and we like the damage. I mean, those guys, they die pretty much in one hit anyway. And this sword, yeah, it kind of looks adorable. I mean, adorable, it will probably break fairly easily. In real world, at least it would. But it looks cool, and we like cool things. So, yeah, I'll apply the changes quite happily. Titan, who cares about? But Rumbler, it says that you're holding anvils and whatnot, but I'm willing to give you something better. Now, what would that be? Preferably, I mean, he doesn't need Warrior Slayer, so what options do we have? We can give him either Warrior Slayer, we know this, or Knight Slayer, which is also useless. I mean, Warrior Slayer, have I seen the enemy using melee units? No. I mean, I've seen them using melee units, but also support units. Supports, there is no support Slayer or anything. Supports are kind of considered the jack of all trades, and as such cannot be hard countered by anything. So let's just have a quick look at the stats. So this gives us extra 16 damage, and I don't care about anything else. It does lower initiative, but it's important. This gives us way more damage. That is in fact 22, which is great. I'm already like actually let's skip equipping those because I want to see how those look. This looks way less threatening than this. I'll be entirely honest. Albios looks threatening. This does not. But whatever. Now this big hammer. Well, it looks more threatening, but still not as threatening as this. Just saying. It doesn't look like it would actually last more than one hit, though. I have to give it that. Either way, it deals more damage, so I'm liking it more. Now, next weapon. I'm so sorry about the sniffing, but I can't control it really. I got some medicine, but it is helping. You don't want to hear how much I sniff and whatnot when I'm not on the medicine. Either way, this thing that does only 14 damage extra and is actually invisible, so it's even worse. This thing gives us actually 20 damage extra. And how much does this give us? That's 22. So it is better damage-wise, and I like damage. I don't really care about anything else, so let's stick with the damage, apply the changes, but since it's a weapon that we can actually see with our own eyes, which is again a good thing. Alright, you just Pioneer sector, getting ready for the winter, that's nice. Settler, yeah, we probably don't need him, do we? No, we do not. We do, however, want a Rambler, and we probably want to get him ASAP, because the enemy now suddenly got smart and is trying to attack my forces, which is a problem. You make sure that you're Rambler 3, not Rambler 2. Hey, first things first, let's go do it like this. Then let's get my Rambler. Then we go. Sentence is quite a lot, I'll admit it, but hey, I'll get over it, I guess. Now, this town is now potentially under danger because the enemy is closing in. But since I'm not in such a hurry to get more tech, I can't stop focusing on science. Let's go for production. I'll finish the fish farm since I started it, and there's already an ended guarding the city, so it will not just fall immediately. And then what this ended will need. Well, there were supports following this area. I mean, those were the supports, the Justiciars that captured the city. Justiciars are really weak to area of effect spells and whatnot, because Justiciars don't do a huge amount of damage, don't have a lot of life, they're just support units, that's it. They can be okay against cavalry because of the spears, and that's it. I'm not using cavalry, I'm using flying creatures, and ended are great, because I'm sure they don't have a lot of life, but there's no way a Justiciar can kill them quickly, because even Justiciar, I mean nothing, I mean even though Ended have not a lot of defense, they are not weak enough for Justiciars to kill them, and those things just rape through. What did I want to say? Said not rape, rape is a bad word. What was the word I was looking for? Grape? No. Tear? Tear is probably the word I wanted to use, but no, I think it was something starting with R. R. Plow is not an R, although it is fairly close. P is right next to an R, right? I have no idea. Either way, it doesn't matter. I think you got my point. Those guys, because of their chain lining, they can kill a lot of Justiciars really quickly. This city is further back and it's focusing on extractors. You can do that, I guess, but as soon as you're done with that, which will happen in 2 turns, I guess, I'll switch him to give me more dust because I want to be able to buy out things. You get this marine. I don't really want to buy him out, but I can make him ready much faster in 1 turn, in fact, and then let us follow suit by making a Rambler, and then probably I'll go ahead and make something else as well. I'm not sure what it would be just yet, though. I'll leave my marine in the city just to protect it. After the drip generator is done, I'll also go ahead and make a Rambler, again for the same reason. Marines like hiding behind Ramblers, what can I say? That's just a fact. And we can now finally finish our... Is my voice changing or is it just me? Yeah, it is changing. That is because of the alchemy. Not alchemy, allergies. That is what it is. And wait, do they have an army over here? I completely forgot. And oh, I lost a hero. That is a problem. Well, first things first, what am I going to do with this big army? It's all nice and stuff, but I'm pretty sure I was going to try and recapture River Ice. So I will do this as soon as I rescue this city from the oppressors, that being of course the Huns that tried to take it for no good reason. Okay. Well, I will not lie, and I didn't see this one coming up. Okay, you're supposed to attack those guys, not walk into them. I know you may like ghost toys and whatnot, but don't be this close to a ghost. kinda unselling really, and Ashusk is under danger. I can't buy out anything over there, which is slightly bad. The city is also unprotected. Things are, I wouldn't say falling apart, but they're rather tense, if you know what I mean. Either way, it's going to be okay, I hope. Let us start this battle, but I need to go be right back because I'm out of tissues. So, sorry for a second. Alright, I am now back. Let's go ahead and go into manual mode. Now, because of how strong my army is against flyers, I'll probably be able to deal significant damage to the opponent. Potentially even win this fight, although I can't guarantee it. That said, there is a really nice defensible spot right here. I mean, as you can see, this is quite clearly high ground, which I can't, you know, go to during my deployment phase, but I will be able to back away to. So I'll try to do just that. Meanwhile, my haunts, I'll try to attack from the side, and those guys do gain a bonus against flying creatures. So if they can attack the Necrodrones before the Necrodrones attack them, this will be nice. In fact, just in case I have an initiative high enough, I'm willing to take a risk. I'll move those guys forwards. On the off chance that I'll have better initiative than Necrodrones, then I'll be able to move to this tile, attack all of those guys at once. I'll lose my haunts, no doubt about that, but the damage dealt will be definitely good enough to justify this kind of action. So let's now, they have way worse initiative. I cannot sorry. I cannot wait for this initiative bar to be implemented in the deployment phase. It will happen. The devs confirmed it to me long ago that they will do this. It's just not on the top of the priorities list right now, unfortunately. Right now they focus on making units swim, implementing the other majors in their full final state, and also making heroes individual units instead of just something that needs an army, which I'm looking forward to. Alright, and either way, this guy's going to die. He will not get his chain linking off. He will delay the those guys from reaching my forces, but it's not really a big deal anyway, so that's bad. I think I might legitimately actually just lose this fight. I do have an elite hero and master marines, which is nice, but I don't think this will be enough. I'll be entirely honest with you, I don't think it is. Anyway, my guys will attack, but chain lightning will not proc, and this is a problem. Yeah, that is a problem really. If I didn't assume that my units will have the initiative good enough, then I would have put my hunt over here, and maybe, just maybe, he would be able to get his shot off, and I would be very, very happy. But the problem with hunts is they still have only one speed, so getting their chain lightning actually work is fairly tricky, considering that it only works when they attack, not when they counter attack. Either way, the enemy is going to still take a long while to actually get to my forces, and I can indeed fuel them with arrows while they are doing so, but unfortunately they already reached my hero, so some damage is going to be done. My hero can take it. What? Never mind, my hero cannot take it. 44 damage is a lot. I forgot how hard hitting those Necrodrones are. I haven't been fighting them for like the last few videos. I've been only fighting the Broken Lords, and I forgot how threatening those things are. They are really scary. Every time I see them, it's like, oh wow, I don't like them. I mean, I love them, I really do like them, but they're kind of scary. I think we can all admit that this is the case. Right, so this was a nice defensible position, but now I've got nowhere to run, which is a problem. I will try to run, mind you. My units will still attack when they will not waste the opportunity, mind you, when they do run. But I want to try to stand moving so that the enemy has a little bit of a harder time. Oh, this thing actually there is in the cliff there. Well, I guess my units are going to die regardless. Either way, I was able to kill one Necrodrone, which is okay. I think I killed one beforehand, and I got to damage another one. But now, my Marines will die, surely. There's no way for them to stay alive. And my hero is going to die as well, which is an even bigger hero... not hero, problem. I should have unassigned him beforehand. I just didn't think about it, honestly. I really did not. So now I lose this hero for about, what, 20 turns or something? So things are pretty bad, all things considered. Because I need this hero to fight. He is my main source of power. And without him, let's be entirely honest, my forces will have a bit of a difficulty fighting off the AI. Which again is something that I'm lacking because I like the challenge, but it could be better. And let's be honest, AI did cheat with this mutiny BS that happened to me earlier, and I will never forget. Don't. I mean, you can't trust me in this. I will never forget. Alright, my hero is now injured. She will remain in the academy until recovery for 20 turns. 20 turns is a lot. I can restore her for a lot of dust. I don't have the dust, so I cannot do just that. I will possibly, in fact, most likely save the dust, because this hero is well worth the cost of yeah, of recovering him, I mean, just because of how much damage he, the transsexual guy, is capable of dealing. It's significant, and you've seen it yourselves many times before. Either way, do I have units marketplace? No, not yet. Alright. Why not? I kinda do want this, to be entirely honest. I mean, I want those other upgrades as well, especially the happiness would be useful. But getting access to mercenaries could be even better. I mean, they are right there. Let's just kill them up and get them. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's finish this 10. See what is going to happen. More cities will possibly be besieged, which will not be ideal. Wait a second, did I not have another army? Oh right, I do have another army. For a second I thought that things are really dire, but they're not. It's just AI likes to joke around and make me not able to fight. Anyway, I want to auto battle this, and I should take like no damage because the enemy will come in one by one, and I've got a lot of ranged units. But I'm not sure. The computer might be dumb and F me over. But I have seen somebody else's video who can know right to maybe not win the fight, but win the fight easily, and won the fight super easy just because the enemy was forcing to, you know, enter the battle after it started in auto mode. So let's see if this is universal truth. It kinda is. Wow, okay, so if the enemy has forces that are joining later, computer apparently thinks this is a huge disadvantage, which it isn't. I'll be entirely frank with you, it's not a very big deal at all. But AI thinks otherwise, so when you auto battle against units that have reinforcements, you're probably going to win. Good to know! That is something that did surprise me in this video I've seen. Alright, and now that we've cleared this thing up, we need to clear something else up, and that being our city. Now, I do want to recover Verona first. That's because it is in the middle of my empire, kinda, and I don't want anybody to attack it from behind. I want all around somewhere and cool city to be protected. Now they're kinda exposed. If I recover the city, then I have an asshole of cities protecting my inner circle, which is very important in my eyes. So let's go ahead and start moving over there. I do have a unit in all around, that is good. Not gaining a lot of deaths, that is bad, but there isn't much I can do about the borough streets. I will let it finish until there's also gain another population in the city, and then I'll switch production to death production. Undoubtedly, unquestionably. Alrighty then. I am gaining some paladin and some adamantine. No, I'm still not gaining any paladin actually. Really? I should be gaining paladin. Yes, I am. It's just maybe I wasn't looking right. Alright, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Not a single one of my cities is currently being besieged, which is good. It means I'm getting the maximal fits possible. I should kill this thing because of my faction quest. I don't really have the forces necessary to kill those guys, however. Rumbler would easily kill a Strider, especially Rumbler with tier 3, era 3 equipment. This would be, you know, very easy for a Rumbler to just go in and destroy everything. But he's not ready yet, that's a problem. Alright, then let's start working on Marina after we're done with the Rumbler. Finish the 10, there is much for us to do at this point in time, so let's just go ahead and wait. And in fact, this is winter, isn't it? Yes, it is. I saw this coming. Alright then. Winter started. Good news. We're gaining more surgical resources. Bad news. We're gaining less food, but the enemy also is gaining less food. And less dust, which is important against the broken lords. Alright. Another bad news. It is taking us forever to travel now. That is in fact really bad news, but we can deal with that. Do I want to buy out Rumbler? No, I want to buy out my hero first. That is the top priority of whatever am I doing right now. I am doing rather. So let's focus on the dust. In 100 tests I'll gain more population. What if I have nobody working on food? Then it will just stagnate. I'm kinda okay with that, but if I have everybody working on food, it will take 14 tests, which is a lot again, and I don't need this dust. Meanwhile, you can continue working on something not too overly important, but something nice nevertheless, like a marine. Nice defensible unit, only 4, I mean it will take 14 tests to get him, but it's better to have him than not to have him. All my other cities are very protected or even not protected at all, but I do still have one army that's very powerful. Did I ever gain the Watchtower technology? I did not, that's kinda strange. I guess I forgot about it or missed it or something. Because it is a good tech that I would love to get, because it would help my armies regain health when they need to, like this army right here. It would be better if it had full health. But it's okay though. Oh, I forgot to bring myself suspicious again. Oh, my memory. It's just so amazing, is it? Anyway, I think we are going to continue forward. I cannot attack those guys this turn, can I? No, they are below the cliff, so that is a problem. Gain population in all of them, which is over here. That's nice. What am I going to do with said population? Well, just focus on production. Production all around. I just want to have as much production as possible in the cities that are meant to make units. One Rambler, my Undead will probably not be able to kill him. Ramblers, unfortunately, are good at dealing with Undead, even when you do have the equipment advantage, so I'll not do that. Anything else? Cool City has no production queued up. This is bad. Marine and Rambler are nice, but what else do I need? Well, in 5 turns have access to extra happiness, so I do not want to make another Barrow Street until I gain access to extra happiness, because this will push me over the limit. I'll go into rebellion and lose a lot of production of food from this. Right now I'm already losing a fair bit, but if I push too far it will be even worse. I don't want this to be the case, because then it will take me even more longer to actually make a central market. So let's instead make something else that doesn't take a very long time, and Marine takes 4 turns, which is good, and it also takes 4, and Rambler also takes 4. I'll probably go for another Marine, why not? It seems like a pretty good choice. Or, how much does it take to make a steel house? 3 turns, and it gives me a ton of food. But I need an army. It is, however, something that I'll go invest in later. That'll bring the steel houses, because getting this extra food bonus boost in your cities is actually quite valuable. And what I like to do is actually kind of ignore food, focus on industry, and then just create those stockpiles of food to feed my citizens, which actually works surprisingly well if you set your empire in a correct way. Anyway, those guys have no idea what is coming for them, because I have a Titan and a bunch of Marines and an Undead, which is also nothing to sniff at either. The enemy does have reinforcements. I'm not overly concerned. The enemy should be dead fairly quickly and easily with the forces that I have set up. You protect the flank, maybe walk over here. Here, I mean. Unfortunately, I do not have a hero, which is a bit of a bummer, but you cannot have everything, I guess. You go ahead and hide in a forest, so I'm basically doing this so that those guys have high ground. And you will not have high ground, but you'll be relatively protected over here, which is at the very least something. Let's start a battle. Now, how do I want to play this out? First things first, you just try to make it over there. He'll be able to block anybody's passage, but he'll be vulnerable to attack from this forest tower right there, which is a problem. It's not the problem, because he's quite tanky, but it is a problem still. I do want him to move, however. Hold position, but move forward. I think I will do that, and in 2 turns we'll see what we can do. You go ahead and kill this thing. Everybody else focus on those guys, so that they are at the very least dead. And you move over here, and I'll be satisfied with this result. And also, I kinda do want to hold your ground now that I think about it. It is just safer. I don't want those guys to lose their advantage on high position. Now, the problem is, I have to rely on them actually targeting the right unit, but I think this guy will have his initiative first. This guy will have it as well. So those guys will probably die, because they are over here. Yeah, they'll probably be dead by the time those 2 guys fire. And those 2 guys will fire before they move, so they will not move beforehand. So it's all good. Let's start the battle resolution, see what is happening. Oh, they had a high initiative though. Didn't realize that! And that's a lot of damage I just took. Unfortunately, I did not have my shields equipped, so I wasn't able to mitigate this damage at all. But those Justiciars, yeah, they kind of got wrecked, which I'm a big fan of. I like it when the enemy is getting wrecked. So, unfortunately, I did lose a turn because I was attacked by a Justiciar, which I did not quite see coming, but now, no, it's actually not ideal, because my Hunt will not be able to attack or do anything, you know, useful this turn, which is not good, but it will move forward and possibly be able to get chain landing off in the next turn, which would be good. I really do need to give those guys more initiative, but right now I don't really have a valid way of doing just that. Alright, unfortunately the enemy is going to be attacked, so no attack for me, because I used my attack for the turn already, which is a problem. I really could use a chain landing, but I think I'll be fine regardless. I mean, I have just too much firepower in those balls of mine, and I don't think there's anything the enemy can do to deal with me, because I'm just too awesome. Not really, I just really have a lot of bows. Anyway, the enemy is kind of moving forward, inching away. My Titan may fall, my Hunts also may fall, But again, I have so much firepower, I think I'll be fine. You guys, stay where you are, because you maybe, just maybe, will be able to attack. In fact, everybody just stay where you are, and I'm fine with this kind of scenario. Getting some shots off before the enemy does anything. That was a nice critical. I like it, but it doesn't do anything for me, because this means that those guys who didn't do anything in that turn. So this unit was dead anyway. Critical just meant that those guys were able to move backwards a little bit more, which is actually not good. I no longer like the idea of them being back over here, because they do not really have a reliable way of attacking anybody who's on the front, unless the guy on the front is already attacking my units. Thankfully they are focused on the Titan, but the Titan did fall. That is not the best, I have to admit. But the enemy is walking forward, and my ended will be able to get the training lacking off, and in fact it will attack all this Justiciars as well, because they did connect with each other, which is good. That was beautiful. Oh yeah, that made my day, and I cannot think of a better way to end a videocast than with that. Yes, I know there's a city to take. I guess I should take it, shouldn't I? It's only 110. Alright, I'll do it. I'll not do anything else instead. I'll just take the city so we can end this videocast on a high note. But I think we already did, considering how awesome it was. I mean, that was just the super awesome move by our ended people right there. Alrighty then. Rumbler, kill off this guy. Yes, auto. There's no way Strider can do anything to you, and it was not able to. And I get Winter Shatters, which I can now start making. And it's good for these people. They are miners and craftsmen by nature. With luck, they may uncover some of their lost skills and wisdom indeed. And a new objective which will give me Moonleaf. Moonleaf, I like. First things first, I like Moon. Secondly, I like Leaves. Thirdly, I like Science, especially when I'm playing as the Voters. OP bot, yeah, that is a reference that if you play Dungeon of the Endless, you probably figured it out the very first time you saw this here. I mean, I did, but I did play a lot of Dungeon of the Endless as well. Either way, yeah, it's really cool how those guys are interconnected. It really, really is. But I think this is good enough for us right now. You just go back to your city. I said go back to your city. Thank you very much. Let us retake this city of ours, because it is our city. I mean, it used to be somebody else's, but nobody remembers that, so it's not true. Auto battle, I shouldn't lose anybody. Indeed, I did not. The city is mine. And ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to leave a comment, then I'll be eternally grateful, because those comments are very important for me. They help me out a great deal, and I liked reading them and replying to them as well. And quite frankly, recently there were not a lot of comments. In fact, I didn't get any notification of comments. I know possibly YouTube was failing, but last time I checked, it did say that there was no comments. So yeah, if you were to leave one, however, I will happily answer it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.